Start. Somehow we have not been able so far really to mobilize the enthusiasm, experience, and creative energies of all sections of the community in the great national endeavor to production. Full stop. The authorities and for that matter the different economic sectors, have tended to live in a closed world of their own without recognizing the essential links with one another. Full stop. When one looks back to the pre-independence era, one finds common ideals and objectives. Full stop. There was a wide separate feeling of participation. Full stop. It drew forth the best from the people. Full stop. In the 20 years following independence, the heritage of cohesion, involvement, adjustment, and participation has been slowly, steadily dissipating. This may seem so and so in a democracy like ours, which has demonstrated without any shadow of doubt its vigor and viability. Full stop. But the paradox is there, and I hope that the new government will resolve it by developing closer rapport with the people. Full stop. It is obvious that government have taken upon themselves far too many things. Full stop. In this kind of concentration, centralization and mistakes and errors of judgment magnify themselves. Full stop. There is not enough communication between government and people, nor is there enough communication even within government. Full stop. The channels of consultation between the center and the states, between the states and the local authorities, between one ministry and the other, between departments in the same ministry, or between government and public sector undertakings are so badly clogged that no decision can be taken or a decision implemented in any reasonable time. The so and so wall is the one which separates administration from the people. Full stop. The public is forever in a posture of supplication in front of the administrator. Full stop. You, sir, have closely examined our administrative so and so. The basic failing is lack of trust. Full stop. The administration does not trust the people enough, and even within the administrative hierarchy there is insufficient mutual trust. Full stop. The result has been the shaping of initiative and blurring of the sense of responsibility. Full stop. The administrative procedures must be reshaped. Full stop. There must be operator trust and confidence in the people and officials. Full stop. Then alone shall we achieve the necessary purposeness, urgency, and dispatch which will break through the many and formidable problems and obstacles which hold up our economic progress and social well-being. Full stop. Because of overextended management by government, which has tended to restrain rather than enhance economic freedom, the relation between different economic sectors have not been natural and easy. Full stop. There has been developed a built-in misspreading about each other's intentions, rights and responsibilities. Full stop. As between industry and trade, between employers and workers, between industry and agriculture, and between procedures and consumers. The attitude is one of reservation, and often an overweening sense of rightness for excessive criticism is displayed. Full stop. Almost everyone has fallen into the habit of separating we from they in discussion and negotiation. Full stop. A spirit of trust, goodwill and togetherness has to imbue all sections of the community which at present might appear to be separated or even opposed. Full stop. There is sufficient basis for cooperation between groups like political parties or economic and regional interests, but as an effort has to be made to find this common ground for communication and action. Full stop. Once we begin to restore trust in our public life, the entire climate of work in the country will change. Full stop. There will be a widespread feeling of relief and release which will invoke the best from each of us. What is needed is a wider acceptance of the duties and obligations of each economic group, and conscious and collective effort for achieving national goals. Full stop. It is necessary on the part of every group of evolve an arrangement for self-regulation. Full stop. Mr. Chairman, Sir, Sri Kamanth as usual has drawn the attention of the House to a matter of real vital and significant importance. Full stop. So far as the basic principle of the bill is concerned. Full stop. I think there can be no two opinions and it will have my support in full. Full stop. At the very outset, I wish to draw the attention of the House to the fact that if we were to accept the constitutional amendments that are brought before this House, I think we will have to amend our constitution almost every month. Full stop. I have here before me a list. Full stop. Of course, the government have amended the constitution 17 times or more. Full stop. But the private members have felt it necessary on certain vital matters to bring before this House bills for the amendment of the constitution, and as I counted the bills, full stop, I found that during 1964 we had about 16 constitution (amendment) bills, so it is more than one in a month. Full stop. In 1965 it is the same ratio. In 1966 we are in the month of April. This is the 5th constitution (amendment) bill. Full stop. We are progressing. This indicates that there are certain bills which are brought obviously with a view to highlighting certain points to focus the attention of the government on certain members but I think there is a great need for us to give some thought to the basic matters where there is need for an amendment of the constitution in vital parts in several respects. After our experience of these 17 years full stop. As a matter of fact, when I went through the proceedings of the Constituent Assembly, I found that the last Prime Minister Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru had closed when his attention was drawn during the concluding portion of the debate that there were certain important matters on which decisions had been taken at that time and they could not go back to review the entire matter full stop. He thought that it would be wise to review the constitution after 5 years or so full stop. I think in these matters as have been highlighted by the opposition may be weak in numbers. The points are not weak full stop. The opposition's point have strengthened and such points, such matters, such objects as have real strength in them need to be examined full stop. Therefore, I would suggest that a committee might be constituted to go into all the various constitutional amendments, constitution within bracket amendment bills that have been presented so far as, and the government should examine whether there is need for this house to constitute itself after the next election into another constituent assembly and to have a complete review of the entire matter full stop. There are many other matters such as the state-center relationship and others who will have to be given a deeper thought and consideration full stop. Coming to the provisions of this particular bill, as I said, while I entirely agree with the basic principle, I am afraid I cannot subscribe to the clauses as they have been incorporated in this bill full stop. I see no justification for a 25% strength of cabinet matters to be drawn from the other house full stop. My amendment to this would be if on account of any emergency or urgency there is need for somebody to be appointed as a cabinet minister from the other house, it may be done, but the must seek election within 6 months, he must immediately vacate his seat if he accepts the cabinet minister's position, and then he must seek election in the other house within the prescribed period full stop.